So, are you considering moving to Arizona? Is this like one of the states you're just trying to start a new life, or your job has relocated you out here, or you just trying to figure out more about the Arizona culture? Well, in this video, I want to share with you guys 5 cities that has the largest black population here, if you're wondering. Because I know a lot of people don't talk about Arizona, not too people know about Arizona. And since I have relocated out here, I want to share with you guys, based on some numbers that I have discovered, where and which cities has the most black population. So let's jump into it. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Anthony. I go by the Blue Circuit, man. I'm your plug to the Arizona content that you need, that you've been looking for. If you guys been looking for any type of Arizona content like I was before I moved out here, you probably been searching on YouTube, finding content creators out here. And realistically, to be honest, you have been looking at a lot of real estate videos. Let's just keep it 100 there. Like, that is what you mostly see if you're trying to discover different areas. And it's heavily based on realtors, but it's still good. That don't stop you from coming out here. That don't stop people from coming out here and thriving. But it is what it is. And I'm the guy that's going to be able to give you guys some real in-depth Arizona content. So if that's something that you're looking for, y'all know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we just gonna jump straight into the content. So out of the top 5 cities, we're gonna start out with the very first one that's pretty much obvious, and that is Phoenix, Arizona. This is one of the largest black populations, I would say. If you decide to come to Arizona, that's more your vibe, you feel like you want to see more black people, then Phoenix, Arizona it is. Now, let's keep in mind, Phoenix, Arizona is a nice little hotspot because why? It's the largest city in Arizona with about 1.6 million people. Now, with that being said, as I spread this number and tell you guys, a lot of people gonna say, oh yeah, there's black people in Phoenix. Yeah, there's black people in Phoenix, but when I share this number with you, you're gonna be like, that's very small. It's not like you're gonna walk out and see like, oh, I seen a black person today. Not like I go out and just look for that, because I still do my own thing. But when you go out, you're not gonna see it as heavily as what you would do like you was in Detroit, or you was in Chicago, or you was in Florida, or you was in Texas, something like that. And that affects black people that's like used to being in those dense population areas. So that's why I'm creating this video for you guys, to let you guys know. So out of the 1.6 million people that lives in Phoenix, well, let's get a drum roll. The population for people that stay there is about 160K. So that's 160,000 black people that stays in Phoenix, Arizona out of 1.6 million. So when you look at it like that, as a whole in the state is 5%. So when some people comment on my last video that I did about being black in Arizona, they're like, oh yeah, there's black people there. I'm not saying there wasn't black people. I'm just saying overall, like, you're not going to see them as frequently that you used to. Like, you grew up here, you would know that. So that is the number 1 city that has the largest black population, if it's one that you're looking for. So with that being said, we're going to go further south, and that's 2 hours away from Phoenix, Arizona, and that is Tucson. Tucson is the next largest city that has the largest black population, and this is based on census. This is like numbers I'm not just like randomly throwing out there. There is a news article, I think it's called Niels something. I have that down here on the screen. Link is definitely in the description, where they came up with the census. This is like based on 2022 to 2024 data. They do have 2025 estimates. So all of these cities are steadily growing. Black people steady coming out here looking for new jobs and new things to do, and just to start a new life. So we are out here. So the next city, like I said before, is number 2, which is Tucson, Arizona. That is where I am located at. Tucson has about 35,000 people. So that tells you like how many people that's out here over a span of, I would say, about 200,000 people that stay here in Arizona, and that is like far and few between, because everybody is spread out. There are other little cities and pockets that's around here, and I can kind of figure out like which area where there's at, but there's not like a central location where everybody is at. Now, what makes Tucson so great over Phoenix, in my personal opinion, since I have been here for the past 2 years, is that it's cooler than Phoenix by like 10 to 15 degrees. It has nice mountain views. When you're in Phoenix, it's more like cities and stuff like that. You have to go on the outskirts to enjoy mountains. Tucson, they have nice mountain views. They have the A Mountain. They have Mount Lemon. They have the Catalina Mountains. They have nice parks right here, nice trailways. They have some good food down here as well. So that's something I must say about Tucson, that it is nice. And it's a little bit slower pace. It's not like fast like Phoenix. It doesn't have a large infrastructure, I should say, as far as like highways to go from west to east and so forth. You pretty much has the 10 where you can go from north to south, and that's pretty much all you have. But overall, like, the city is small. You do have to travel across. Everything is like a grid to get around. Everything takes about like 20 minutes. But overall, Tucson is a nice city. So that's the second city on the list that has the most population of black folks. So now we're going to go into the third one, and that is we're going to Mesa, Arizona. So that's further. We're going right back up. That's a little sub city outside of Phoenix. So that's about heading east. That's on the east side of Phoenix, which is Mesa. And that has about a population of about 32,000 black folks. So I've been up there about like a handful of times. Haven't spent a lot because, again, like I said, I'm in Tucson, which is 2 hours. But what I have seen in Mesa is pretty good. Mesa is one of the fastest growing cities that I have seen coming up there. Just black people just going over there. The population is slowly growing. It's definitely fast growing. They're pretty big in their healthcare, so especially if you have anything or you're a professional in the healthcare field or any nursing or anything like that, hospital, like that's one of the places to be if you want to thrive here in Mesa. So the fourth city that has some black folks in it, one of the largest populations according to census, and that would be Glendale. Yeah, so Glendale, Arizona is the next place to be. Now, Glendale is popular because that is where all the sports teams are. Like, if you're coming from a big city like how I was coming from like Detroit, and you used to being in that area where you're surrounded by like the football teams, the basketball teams, the baseball teams, like that is the spot to be if you want to be in that entertainment. Glendale is the spot where you want to see the Arizona Cardinals play, you want to see the Phoenix Suns play, or you want to see the Arizona Diamondbacks. Like, if you're into all those type of sports, that type of entertainment, like Glendale is the mecca for that type of environment if you want to be in. And yes, that area has about 25,000 black folks there. So still growing, still a lot going on, but it's heavily centered around entertainment, and it's very busy, and the cost of living is very high. But that is where you'll see some black people. So if you're into that, there you go. That's another one. The very last one, I should say, as I'm thinking about it, is Chandler. Yeah, so Chandler is like the next largest black city for you to visit. One thing about Chandler that makes it so popular, I would say, is it's a nice little hub for you to have some nice little nightlife, nice little vibe, and young professionals are staying there. So you can be able to thrive over there. Not too much. I don't know too much about Chandler, but what I have noticed around there's a nice, good source of entertainment over there. There's plenty of things to do, and it's just constantly growing. And in that area, it has about 20,000 people overall, but out of the whole population of Phoenix, if you sit back and think about it, as I said, there's about 160. These are like the small cities that I'm adding up. If you take Tucson out of it, you got like 20,000 people in Chandler, 25 in Glendale, you got another 32. So there's other little cities around there like Tempe, which is another young professional area thriving with black folks. So that's gonna wrap this video up. I know people always ask me, oh, there's black people. They always tell me, like, yeah, there's black people in Arizona, or there's I seen a black person or whatever. There's black people out here. Yes, they're out here, but where are they heavily and centrally located? That's where I feel like people probably want to know that information. That information is not really out there unless you like doing some deep dive and searching, and that's why I created this video for you guys, because yes, Arizona is growing, people are coming out here, and it's a good thing. I want to put this information out there because I wish this was out there when I was doing this content and when I was searching and bringing my family out here, and it wasn't. And now I'm giving it to you guys. If there's something that you want to figure out, or you want me to do a video on or discuss it, or bring you into these neighborhoods or cities to show you about it, then I'm more than welcome to do so. So like that's gonna wrap this video up. If you guys like this video, y'all know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.